Thank you very much for being here tonight and for letting me say a few words. Courtney, Harrison, Peyton, and I, again, would like to thank each and every one of you from the bottom of our hearts for being here tonight. Every day, but especially on a night like tonight, we realize how truly blessed we are for not only having a wonderful son and daughter, but to be surrounded by so many amazing friends and family. And we know it took a lot of effort to be here tonight. Lengthy travel for some, babysitters, tuxedo rentals, and a financial commitment. It would have been easy to say you were busy or had other plans, but you didn't. You are here with us tonight, you answered our call for support, and we realize how special this is. We consider you all good friends and are so extremely grateful for your love and friendship. I'd like to congratulate the Hallis family and thank them for their terrific fundraising efforts throughout the years. If you haven't already, you should really make a point of visiting their beautiful farm in Danbury, especially in the fall, for one of their JDRF fundraising events. I want you to know that your efforts to be here tonight and your commitment to supporting the JDRF are well worth it. I've been on the board of directors for 7 years, and I've seen firsthand just how impressive this organization is. The JDRF was founded by parents just like us, whose only mission is to find a cure for type 1 diabetes. Today, it is run by passionate, grassroots volunteers connected to children, adolescents, and adults with this disease. The JDRF is now the largest charitable supporter of type 1 diabetes research worldwide. It's the only non-for-profit I know of that has publicly stated that its mission is to put itself out of business. When I visit the JDRF headquarters in New York or the government relations offices in Washington, D.C., I am overwhelmed at how personally they take the mission of finding a cure. So I want you to know that the JDRF will respect your hard-earned money, and they'll be incredibly thoughtful about how it is used. Many of you know that my role on the board has been as chairman of the Government Relations Committee. In this role, I've learned firsthand why the JDRF's approach to finding a cure through fundraising and research is so powerful. You see, whether you make a $25 donation or a $25,000 donation tonight, 100% will go to research for a cure. And collectively, this allows the JDRF to give more than $100 million a year to research for a cure. The amount that JDRF gives to research represents about 1/3 of all money spent on type 1 research in the United States. The rest comes mostly from the federal government. The percentage we contribute, though, that 1/3, is by far, one of the highest ratios for any major disease group. As well, we fund the really difficult research projects, where the return on investment is either too uncertain for the pharmaceutical companies, or where the government simply doesn't have the expertise. This means that we have significant skin in the game and can show others our true commitment to finding a cure. The reason these points are so important is because it's allowed me to walk into the offices of US senators and congressmen, look them in the eye, and tell them, we're not here for a handout. We're here for a partnership to co-invest with you in our quest for the cure. Over the last few years, this has resulted in having all 5 Connecticut congressmen and our 2 senators co-sponsor $750 million of legislation dedicated to type 1 research funding. Unfortunately, though, we can't rely on this alone. We need to push forward aggressively because this is a cruel and wicked disease. The rate of onset is growing exponentially, and the age of diagnosis is getting younger and younger year by year. I know our kids all look so normal, but it's only because you rarely see what goes on behind the scenes to keep a child with type 1 healthy. Harrison's 10. He was diagnosed when he was 3. For the last 7 years, we have tested Harrison's blood sugar every 2 hours, around the clock, 365 days a year. And we try to calculate the exact amount of carbohydrates in every bite he's taken for 7 years. Testing his blood sugar involves piercing his skin 12 to 15 times a day with a steel lancet deep enough to draw blood. I still hold my breath and cringe every time I have to do this. Now, we test every 2 hours to prevent low blood sugar levels, seizures, and coma. We also test every 2 hours to prevent high blood sugar levels, which lead to long-term consequences of kidney failure, blindness, heart disease, and neuropathy. Harrison endures painful insulin injections, changing catheters for his insulin pump 3 times a week, and many sleepless nights. We always have medical supplies at the ready because we're really never more than a few hours away from a serious, life-threatening emergency. You see, while you can't see it on the outside, your body breaks down on the inside every day that you don't maintain exquisite control of your blood sugar levels. As you can probably tell from my comments, even when our family's on vacation, there is no vacation from type 1 diabetes. It's all day, every day. So I'm delivering this message and a plea for your help tonight because I've seen the dark side of diabetes all too clearly. Through my work with the JDRF, I've met kids as young as 13 who are already having kidney problems. I know teenagers who already need corrective eye surgery. I know parents who have been unable to wake their children in the morning because they slipped into a diabetic coma during the night. And unfortunately, I've met parents whose children have lost the battle to diabetes altogether. I don't want any of this to happen to my son, to anyone in this room, or to anyone with type 1 ever again. So next time you see a parent of a child with type 1 distracted as they watch their child eat, be over-analytical about insulin doses, or not let their child run out the door without testing their blood sugar level, it's not because they're over-controlling parents. It's simply because they're trying to prolong their child's life expectancy. So this is why we are all here tonight, to make a difference and to be part of something bigger than all of us. Medical research is progressing at a rate faster than ever before. We are extremely close to a cure, but we have to push forward because research is challenging and expensive, and government funding is going to be harder and harder to come by in the years ahead. It's often said that the greatest thing in life is making someone else's better. Together we have the opportunity to do this by changing the future for millions suffering from type 1 diabetes. With your donations tonight, you will become part of one of the greatest medical achievements in our lifetime, a cure for diabetes. And when we announce that cure, you can know in your heart that your involvement played an important role. This will be truly historic. It's going to change the course of healthcare. It will happen soon, and the world will forever be a better place. So, when you leave here tonight, please remember one of Courtney's favorite quotes. The difference between what we do and what we are capable of doing would solve most of the world's problems. Thank you for making a difference by being here tonight and helping us solve type 1 diabetes. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Harrison Zuckerberg and I am 10 years old. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when I was just 3. When I was 6, I realized that people don't really know about the unique characteristics of type 1 diabetes and how it is different from type 2 diabetes. I said, if people don't know about type 1, then how are we going to find a cure? I made it my goal to enlighten the world to realities of living with type 1 diabetes by starting the T1 Luminary Enlightenment. The idea was to have people light the T1 luminary bags on November 5th, my birthday, which happens to be during Diabetes Awareness Month. The first year, my goal was to have luminaries lit in all 50 states. Thanks to the appearance on Today's Show, that goal came true. The following year, my goal is to go international. Throughout the years, we have had more than 50,000 luminaries lit on 6 out of 7 continents. By the way, please let me know if anyone here is going to be going to Antarctica anytime soon. I still need the luminaries on Antarctica. started the T1 Luminary Enlightenment to move us forward to a cure. Because more than anything, and consistent with tonight's theme, forward to a cure, forward to the day when I don't have to jab myself with a needle to test my blood sugar every 2 hours, day and night, and wake up each morning to the pain of a lancet piercing my skin. Forward to the day when I don't have to change my insulin pump every few days, which involves plunging a 1-inch needle into my body. Forward to the day when I don't have to wear an insulin pump 24/7 and worry about it when I play sports, go swimming at the beach, or just hanging out with my friends. Forward to the day when my mom can stop worrying about me falling into a coma. Forward to the day when I can go to a sleepover at a friend's house or even summer camp. Forward to the day when I can spend a summer day in the pool and not need to get out every half an hour because of my insulin pump. Forward to the day when even a simple bike ride down the block does not involve packing testing kits or glucose tabs. And if I forget one of these things, it's no big deal. Forward to the day when I know my little sister won't get diabetes. Forward to the day when I can grab something to eat and enjoy what I'm eating, rather than figuring out how many carbs are in each bite I take and calculate the amount of insulin for every piece of pasta, every single grape, or each sip of milk. Forward to the day when I don't need to make regular trips to a school nurse, even though I love Nursery B. Forward to the day when diabetes doesn't make me feel cruddy or miss out on fun stuff. Forward to the day when I can just be a kid and run outside with my friends without a care in the world. I look forward to the day when every part of my life is not controlled by something uncontrollable. And most of all, I look forward to the day when November 5th is just my birthday. Thank you all for being here and helping make my dream day.